Hi, Grant here. Just want to go over the proposal with you. Okay, so the bed along the street. What I did is I lowered the price. You'll notice on the Cleveland Select pear tree, the crabapple tree, the Malus Argentina is no longer available, so I got rid of that. I lowered the price on the pear tree by about $150. Okay, so I know that's untouchable for someone to try to install it for that price, considering the tree costs about $350, not including not including delivery, machine, labor, and the guarantee. Okay. Then as far as the dogwood tree, which is the Cornus Cusa, same thing. I lowered the price. The Niagara arborvitae changed the size. They grow about a foot to 18 inches a year. So I figured you could just start with a smaller size for better value. It cuts the cost almost in half by doing that. Okay, so the subtotal for this area for the trees along the street was about $5,901. Okay. Going into the bed along the front of the house where the walkway is. Alright. I lowered all the perennials, which are these Liriope, Astilbe. I lowered the price to $18 across the board per plant installed. They normally cost about $8 to $10 per plant if you were going to go buy them. Okay. The labor, obviously, and putting those in properly and planting them properly and spacing them properly, and my time involved on site, spacing them, going over it with you and explaining what the mature growth width is and the proper staggering, the proper spacing. That's the $18 per plant installed with the guarantee, okay, which again is way less than I would normally charge, but I'm motivated to try to get a sale here in the winter time, set it up for spring. The next thing is I dropped the size into boxwood. They grow about 4 inches a year, so you can, again, just start smaller and they're a lot less costly. So that's what I have there. Now, the main thing to think about the boxwood is there's very different qualities. You can buy a boxwood that's grown in a container, and it's going to be more of an upright plant that doesn't have as thick of a branch structure, and it's going to look very different than the boxwood that I'm proposing that's grown in a field. Typically, plants that are grown in a field are at least 30% more expensive than buying a plant in a container. So, and there's a big difference in the way they look and the quality. Okay, so I'm going to send you a picture of the boxwood coming out of that field, so you can see exactly what they look like in expectations. The hydrangea, same thing. I just dropped the size. They grow fairly quickly. Japanese umbrella pine, I gave you a killer deal, $650 for an 8 to 9 footer. You don't need to use that tree. You could do something that's roughly half the cost if you wanted to save more on cost. It's just a very unique looking tree, and it's an excellent price. It's one of the more expensive trees you can buy. Common cypress, obtusa gracilis, same thing. I dropped the size to cut the cost roughly in half. Okay, and the total for the front area on that side of the house was $4,786, as shown on the proposal. All right. The last area is the area kind of on the right side of the house, going towards the garage. Same thing. I just lowered the cost on everything across the board and changed the size in the boxwood, so the total was $3,947. So the total now for the entire project was $14,634. That's it. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.